DIY hot tub made out of 4x4s. Let me show you how I build it. Maybe.
Quick montage, drilling, fire lighting, water bubbling, post. Today, I'm going to show you how I built a fully functional wood-fired, is it wood-fired?
Sure. No. Propane-fired?
Propane-fired hot tub from scratch.
All those boxes.
This isn't just a DIY, it's an adventure. Beat drop, title card appears, building the ultimate homemade hot tub. That's your title, by the way.
Okay, we have a bunch of 8-foot 4x4s. So we have to use our material very efficiently, meaning it can only be 4 feet wide, which is fine. So I'm thinking 4x7 with the space I have. You could make it bigger if you want. You could make it like a 6x6 square or a 4x8, but 4x7 is what we're gonna do. So I'm just gonna start by cutting all of these down basically in half, or cutting a foot off them. Okay, I got one wall done. Bad luck. I'm kind of a fiend. Got one wall done, and I need a radial arm saw for the notches, considered the world's most dangerous woodworking tool. There she is, 50 bucks. I got a new top for it. I'm gonna put a dado blade on here, and this saw will pull out like this, and I can just basically slide the notch and get it all done without hopefully needing any routing, which should be super helpful. So I'm gonna finish chopping these up, and then we'll move on to the notches. It's a little bit hard to set up because I want kind of like a fence that's gonna keep everything consistent. So it's only gonna work for this first cut, but maybe I cut everything first like this. All right, made a good amount of progress cutting these notches. I'm gonna have to do multiple passes, which is kind of a lot of work, but I have an anonymous helper here who does not want to be shown on camera, who's gonna start helping drill these out. So we're just gonna be putting some holes basically equal distant in these so we can put our threaded rods all the way through.
Hey guys, we're here building the hot tub. So we got Scott over here on the side. He's cutting the grooves, and then I'm here on the drill press.
The last guy just wasn't cutting it. His performance was just like, I think you got 2 done. Alex, how many do you think you've got done?
Oh, I got...
Plus all those. 22 plus 22, I mean, that's 44. It's about to be number 40 something here. He's still counting. What was it?
45.
45. All right, you want to show him how you do it?
Yeah. So first you take the board, square it up, turn it on.
Like butter. We have 4 notches done. I need 1 more notch, and this last one is as important as the first one because it needs to be nice and square, and then also need to be exactly the right width so these are nice and snug but not impossible to kind of hammer together or mallet together. So I'm just gonna move this fence over. I've already test fitted one. It was a little bit too easy to put together. I'm gonna move this fence over just a tiny bit, and then I'm gonna cut 2 and try to put them together here. After a few tries, I think I finally got the exact right width. I just kind of kept making it a little smaller, a little bigger, got it all squared up, and I think that is exactly how I want it. You'll see there's a little bit of a ledge here, which is actually good because I want to kind of sand down some of the irregularity. So hopefully that will buy me a little bit there, and then it'll all completely flush out, and this should be perfect. Here we go. First thing to go down, there's gonna be these boards. That's basically gonna keep the tub off the ground. Now we're gonna take our floor, and it is important to know I'm crowning everything up on this entire tub as much as I can. So you look down, the board has a little bit of a bend. I'm putting that bend up, and you'll see I put arrows on everything. But then we're gonna take our floor and start to set it on here. I've done my best to kind of work with the curvature of the wood and get it all aligned. That's the only big gap I have right there, but it's kind of like a sapwood and it seems pretty easy to bend. So I'm hoping when I put the threaded rods through, it'll all tighten up. So I'm gonna start threading those through and see how it goes here. I had to drill a couple a little bit bigger, but I realized if you kind of leave it long like that, it gives you a little more wiggle room. So I'm just basically hitting them all through and then adding the next board. And now we're just gonna take a fender washer, a lock nut, and a nut for each of these, and we'll tighten them from one side to the other. That way we can try to get that curvature out as we go, kind of work our way down. I would give it a B+, like 89% tight. Not tight enough. Pretty close, like super close, honestly. A lot of these seams are pretty much bulletproof, but there's a couple, like this is a good example, where no bueno at all still. And that's because these fender washers are sinking into the wood rather than kind of continuing to help squeeze it together. So I'm gonna go get some of those bigger plate washers and use those instead. Definitely way better. So now I'm gonna go ahead and sand down the whole floor here, get it nice and smooth, and we'll start laying out our wall and where it goes on this platform. I got it sanded enough, kind of around the perimeter. That way water won't be able to kind of get between the gaps if the boards are uneven. So now I'm just gonna lay this out and see how we're looking. Okay, got it generally where I want it. I like this little overhang here, looks kind of cool. You can use this as a step up to get into it. Only thing I'm gonna have to move around a tiny bit are just the 4x4s underneath, because these vertical rods are gonna come all the way through the floor. So I need to make sure I have access to all of the bolts so we can tighten the walls to the floor.
Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July.
Does this have to be done by the 4th of July?
That's gotta be done by tomorrow.
Is this the pressure? Ah!
Teamwork makes the
Can
dream.
you guys believe I did it by myself?
Yeah, I actually can.
A lot of sanding. I focus most on the parts people are gonna touch, like at the tops, and then the floor, making that pretty nice. And then I was down here and I was like, I need seats. So I'm thinking we do like a bench seat U shape all the way through here. So let's do that real quick. All right, here we go. Oh my goodness. This will be exciting. I have no idea what's gonna happen. I hope it's gonna work. Oh. Oh no. Oh, this is really bad. Okay. Probably need to tighten it more. Let's try that again. Electrical. Come on, Lord. Dear Jesus, please allow this to work. So, we've run out of time. Inception. A couple major leaks, but I think a little silicone and they might tighten up over time. We're gonna have to wait till the next video to find out if the filters run and if it actually gets hot, but I'm gonna go ahead and spray it all down so it looks pretty for the thumbnail. And then I will catch you guys next time. If you want to see if it ends up working, you're just gonna have to wait. Oh no.
Probably could use some steps.